turn up the camera.
No.
Okay. Sharing.
Your screen, is it a 1440?
No, it's full HD.
1080.
1080. Yeah.
Cool. So that font size is 13? You might not know.
Sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you know where I could check that, or is it important now?
Each app has its own settings. So in the terminal, you should probably go to set, maybe even just in view. No,
No.
surely in, there's this shrink font and enlarge font, but then you don't get to see the number. So in settings, it will probably be in settings. Yep, that one. Probably under profiles, no? And then you like edit the profile, or maybe general, I don't know. It's been a while since I used console, like years and years.
Yeah, well, this was the default, and I was like, yeah, whatever.
Appearance, isn't it under appearance? 10.
Ah.
Cool. Yeah, I was just wondering. I'm interested. Recently, I in the market for a screen. So
These are very cheap second hand. It's like a Dell.
those are good for
you
work.
can, yeah, you can rotate it and stuff. And
Well,
let me think.
I have no other than the resolution. I have no notion from screen share of what it looks like.
Mm.
Right?
Yeah,
Because
but
screen share is capturing it before it even goes out to the screen.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
I found it in, yeah. Let's continue the tests, the fancy tests.
I will bring up a timer on my side as well. There we go. Okay.
Okay.
So pick up some tests. We have to go through all the error tests. So yeah, exactly. Pick up the first one, and let's review that. Okay, that's converted. That's converted.
Yeah.
That is not converted.
This one
right?
is not.
Line. Did you what are we looking at?
I was looking at the most.
Something in the ordering here is not quite, because 134. Like, how come we did? It seems like we did 126 and 130 something, but we didn't do 134.
Yep, strange.
So let's do 134.
Right. So let's delete the type. Telling it and still this. And the issue here is that attribute href not allowed on tech P. Do you remember if we have a similar error somewhere? Like, this would be an unknown attribute, or that's how we usually wrote it, or I'm thinking how do we
What's
usually
the difference between this and the one above it?
well, pretty much well, nothing really, I think. Or am I wrong?
Well, no such attr doesn't exist for any element. href exists for some elements.
Yeah, but not for the tech P. But
That's right.
I just paste it here. And I do a rotation.
Shared. Act attributes. Fine. This one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, so what did we change here? Attributes, diff, master. Bear system analysis X attribute bear. Just attributes. Where is it? Attribute no such attr not allowed on tag div. So at the moment, there is no distinction, and we have encoded that. We have tested for no distinction. You know what? I think ideally there should be a distinction. Like,
If
what is
we
the
have
value of an error message telling us, yes, sure, this attribute, by the, like, no, but by the way, this attribute exists for some other element.
mm-hmm.
It's marginal value.
marginal value.
I don't know. Errors are good. Like that. Like errors are what makes a better library better, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And we are overhauling the entire error system. I actually am not sure that we are like, okay, so is this the same message basically? Like attribute no such header not allowed on tag div. Attribute. Why do we still have this?
Maybe by mistake when we were writing the new one, we left it there for
Yeah,
reference.
that's not intentional. So, but in any case, we are in overhauling all of the error messages. That's the scope of this change, which also means, is that okay? Is that okay that it's this that's the scope of this change? I think it is coupled. I think it's kind of, it has to be the scope of this change because, you know, now we have these, right? Like now we have spans, error spans. Like here's the span of the error, and that changes your error message. But like otherwise, it's not the meaning is not different. The semantically, attribute no such attr not allowed on tag div. Unknown attribute. That's kind of this is more correct. So in the interest of like avoiding scope creep, we could
Scope
possibly
creep,
not.
sorry.
Yeah, scope creep. It's when, you know, we start out doing one thing and then we end up the scope increases. Like we end up changing more things than just what we started out changing.
Okay.
So like, because I can imagine a better. Hold on just a moment. I'm back.
Okay.
Because I can imagine a much better error message, but the scope of this, and I can imagine us saying, this is unknown attribute, but this it should be href here, right? This should be href, but this is is like attribute href invalid for div. By the way, it is valid for a. So obviously a better error message, right? Like give some extra information.
Should we include that it is valid for what? For
a.
For a, yeah.
Like a list of it is valid for a, and I don't know whatever else it's valid for. I mean it's not even quite correct because like what is it? Is it the same attribute? Like what if there's the same attribute name for different elements, right? Like element, I don't know, link can have element link can have a, and element a can have a. I'm not sure quite sure I remember correctly, but they might have the same name but different meanings on different elements, right? So should we even, like, if we do this, we should phrase it in a way that says, yeah, there's no such attribute for a, but there is such an attribute, right? It's phrasing.
Mm-hmm.
So in some phrasing we can make a better error message, but is that scope creep? Because we didn't set out to improve the error messages themselves. Right, the information that they have, we did set out to improve the like the fact that it's lazy and it's only given on serialization. But so strictly speaking, we could reduce scope here, right? We
Mm-hmm.
could reduce
And
scope, but I'm not sure it's practical to reduce that scope because we already like made, nice. We imagined new error messages and yes, they are different, right?
yeah, but also you kind of introduced like a new thing here, or at least you recommended like a kind of a hint,
Mm-hmm. What is that?
or a hint section. Like if we would say that, by the way, it's valid for a, or
Yeah, I think we should do it. I think we should do it because we're working on this, and it would actually be like extra overhead to like defer this and say, okay, yeah, I think if we're already touching this code, we should probably just increase the scope. The word "just" is doing heavy lifting, but I do feel about this one that um, we should we should that particular part, like the error messages should in general be different and better and phrased differently, right? But this particular part where the by the way attributes are, that is actually more code and more implementation. So I think that particular part should be excluded and, for later, because we can have less change. We can have a smaller change without
okay.
that particular thing.
Okay, so first of all, this should be href, right?
Yes.
And should we include the link here as well, or the value we gave to
That's
href?
interesting. That's interesting. Well, it's irrelevant, right? So I think we should snip it in all such cases because these can get long. But snipping it means that the user won't have it for like debugging, because if this is all about helping the user figure out where it's coming from in their code.
But if we would snip, where would the snipping happen? I got a bit confused about this.
Inside the attribute string, the value, sorry, like the value.
And then you say it would be nice to include it for
There is a question I would like to answer to, and that is there is a mechanism in Nick's language for adding I'm sorry, it's a wider question. The wider question is in what ways can we help the user understand where the value is coming from in their code? Nix is not very good at that because there's no like introspection. You cannot say, give me the line in which this value is defined or something like that. You can't do that. So I think in the case of a throw, there's like this built-in that can add like debugging points, like debugging context. I think it's called built-ins.add error context. But
Oh,
yeah, you can find it.
let's just try it. So Nix, what?
Go to noogle.dev. Search for add error context.
Here it is.
Yeah, look at the REPL. If you do this add error context, and the context is while evaluating foo, and then you add a second argument, an expression. So the expression passes through. So it doesn't affect your logic. But in the case that the expression that is passed through does end up throwing, what you get is not just, while calling throw built-in at string 156 throw, and then you get the error bar at the end. But before that, you have that additional error context while evaluating foo.
Hmm?
Do you see it?
Yeah.
No, not that. That just happens to be there because that's the line in which the throw was called. Before that. Before up. More up.
More up.
Yes. That. While evaluating foo. That's the first argument.
Yeah.
Right? So you can add as many of these as you like, and then eventually if you have down the line, you have a throw, you'll get all of these leading to that throw.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
okay. Now
and that
I
can
think I
help,
get
but
it.
I don't think it can help us. Not for these, because it's like we have one throw, but it is not while evaluating any of these like attributes, right? This can't give us that information. It's more like, a value, where did a value come from in the code? Which sometimes like unknown. It's like it's a difficult problem.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure what the shared. I'm not sure what if there's a clear answer to this, but one thing that is a concern is like sometimes attributes have long values. For example, you know what the data attribute is?
No.
So data attributes are these attributes where they are prefixed with data hyphen and then an arbitrary, right? An arbitrary string.
I see.
And then they are typically for just using the DOM to hold data to later get picked up by JavaScript.
Okay.
It's extra information that doesn't have any visual representation. Right? So if you want to store data on the DOM, on elements, they use data attributes. That's what they're for, data.
Mm-hmm.
And you can mutate these at runtime, right? Like using JavaScript. And there's an API for this. Here's the element, and then data set columns, right? Columns is this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so I don't, you know, I don't want the user to get an error message with 50 lines of wrapping text for a single data attribute that they included for some strange reason. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Mm-hmm.
Because they can do that. It's I don't know, somewhat unlikely that they would do it in htnl in particular, but they don't know, they might. Who knows? You know, you never know. So you have to stick to the principles, right?
Mm-hmm.
Principle of avoiding trouble. Try to avoid trouble. So I'm inclined to snip the contents of the attribute, like regardless of its length. Or maybe we could like have arbitrary length and then snip. Does that make sense?
Arbitrary length.
Yeah, arbitrary length, like
Okay.
snip it after 10 characters.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. Should we try it? How it would look like, or?
So I think we meant to remove this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is shortened. And this is not long enough to get snipped, right?
Mm-hmm.
And neither is this. So what we really want is another test in error formatting, because this is not, you know, does not have to do with attribute. Does it have to do with attribute validation in particular? I think it does have to do with attribute validation in particular, because it's only when an attribute is invalid that the attribute is shown at all. Does that make sense? No, that's
Yeah.
not the case. That's because we have IDs, and IDs are always shown. And IDs are not snipped. They should not be snipped, right? Like if you have a huge ID, then it's on you. Am I going too fast?
Right. No, not at all. It's fine. I'll let you know.
Okay, so this is the big test. And we do boom, fold, snipping. Okay, snipping, test empty fragment not snipped. Fold that. Test valid. Test, or let's see, attribute values. Value. Make sense?
Yeah.
Test ID not snipped. As a test, we want test snipped after 10 cards, right?
Yeah.
Like that. And the fact that IDs, I think the fact that IDs are, sorry, how did I get it? Yeah, big test. We said we're going to break apart this big test into like into parts, right?
Yes,
So the
that's
fact
correct.
that IDs are displayed, that's a test, right? Like test IDs, ID adder, uh, not omitted. Oh, well, test. How about attributes omission, omission, omission. Am I right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Fine.
Let's
Omission.
see.
Yep.
Yeah.
Attribute omission, and that other attributes are omitted. Attributes, I don't know. Not omitted. Most attributes omitted.
Right. So you should see an example for the IDs that are not omitted, and then a generic one.
Yeah, do it. Do
Okay.
the ID address not omitted. Do we have a snippet in the big test?
Let's see. Uh,
Line 20.
line 20. Yeah. All right.
So grab that. I mean, what is grab? It's 20 characters. Just, do it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, just the ID, right? Or the um.
You're not sure what to
So
do?
no, I'm not sure what to do. Like just to include the what what parts should be include
We need a test that
okay, the whole.
ID attributes are not omitted when there's an error. So we need an error that otherwise, prints that element.
Yeah, like the first one here, I suppose, or uh yeah. So sorry. Let's see. Let's see. Uh, what I got confused about is that so here we give an ID for the div. Should we include this? I'm thinking what should be the simplest place for this. Just to.
I think a simple test for this would be there are no children. The error is like, yeah, maybe we could have two tests. One where the error is a child, of the div. Like maybe that the div received an invalid argument,
Mhm.
invalid second argument. And another could be that the div has an invalid value for a different attribute.
Right. Um, let's see. So the way we usually do it is we write uh, the expression. Or am I wrong? Am I?
Let me see. Seems
Writing
right.
the attribute
Yeah,
set
but we want
the
two
way,
of them,
right?
right?
Yeah. Oh,
So
yeah.
let's make the test, let's make it a group instead.
Okay. Like writing how we should make like to have these two in a group, you mean, right?
No, expand,
Or
make test ID adders not omitted into a group by removing the word test prefix.
okay. Um
And now we have two
let-
tests in it. One with actually it doesn't need to be two tests, you know, because we can do a fragment and show it in a fragment, right? But actually that loses granularity, right? Granularity is a good thing. Like if one test can
Mhm.
fail and the other can succeed, that's we want that to happen. So now you need two tests inside.
Now I need two tests inside.
Yeah.
Uh Inside ID attributes not omitted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. um and I should just write the I lost track of the syntax.
Tests are attributes that begin with the word test.
Oh yeah. Okay. And the first test should be like you mentioned those two cases when we have an
Mm-hmm.
error for a child
Mm-hmm.
in a child, like the second child, for example.
Yeah, just like test sharing. Shared. Am I supposed to see this change? There it is.
I,
My side.
right.
Test triggered. Let's do A for now. And B, and expression equals div that has an ID. So they're never omitted, and they're not snipped either, right? But snipping, we have something with snip. Did we test ID is not snipped? We have this for that, right?
Mhm.
So this is A. And we need an error for this, right? It's like, let's say this, in this case, the error should be like from a child, okay? So this is an invalid child, right?
Right.
The error dot message equals mel. Something like this, and that, right?
Mhm.
This would be the root node, so there's no index, and there's an invalid node here at index 0, and we close the div here, right?
Mhm.
And it's not type null, it's like number value 0. And this is test error, I don't know, from child, and we'll have an test error from other actor. Shall we try to copy paste here?
Yeah.
So this one has no children, I suppose, and has an ID, but has also a like, I don't know, class, and class is 0. Therefore that's invalid. And I think this will end up being something like class without an equal sign because it's invalid. Something like that, right?
Mhm.
Invalid. Which one? This one. With value type number value 0. This proves that regardless of what the origin of the error, the ID is not omitted. It's shown here.
Mhm.
And that most attributes are omitted, right? So how do we show that? What we do? Okay, let's pick unknown attribute as an example, right? It's
Okay.
easy. And I don't think it needs to be a group. Expression is. Oh, and what about serialize?
Oh yeah, we forget that.
kind of important here. Okay. What do we do? Div. That. A. Data. Do we like not support data attributes?
Let's check it.
Data. Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Well, that means we support it, right?
I don't know. It's not a test.
Or, oh, okay.
And I don't see a test. So I guess we're not supporting it.
Okay.
So what is an attribute that a div can have? What are some global attributes from the spec? Common. Well, all of these, right? Lang is, I guess, oh, style's good.
Yeah, style, of course.
Doesn't even need to have. Okay. I left it without, let me give you a syntax error there.
Okay. Sharing. You gave me a syntax error. What was the shortcut to jump to the next
F8.
error? I don't remember. F8, yeah. Let's see. Right.
Serialize it.
Uh, 8 seconds.
Give it empty
Well,
children.
wait, where were we? Yeah, or yeah, like here.
That's why I
empty
left you in
children.
syntax error.
Oh yeah, of course. And the empty children should be given here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now serialize it.
Yeah. Okay. And we still don't have an error, right?
There's an error. Oh,
Oh,
we need to generate an error. Oh, so what's our error? Let's do an error that does not have to do with attributes, so that we see that even if it does not have to do with attributes, the attributes are
Okay.
omitted.
Then just give a invert child element.
Sure.
Okay. Like
True.
by simply writing true like this in here, is this fine for an error?
Yes.
Or okay. Okay, and Let's see. Uh, yes. Wait a second. Where is a similar error? Like invalid. This is an invalid child node.
Mm-hmm. Invalid node.
Invalid node. Uh, um, yeah. Okay. Let's back. Uh, should we show the snipping like we start with the? I got confused how we are showing this. Seems like a very simple error, but I still got
Mm-hmm.
confused a bit. Do you want to show any? Sorry.
Take your time.
Okay. Do you want to show anything else other than the message that uh, there's an invalid note?
Well, of course, this is not how we format errors. I mean, look at all the other tests.
Mm-hmm. Like we started by typing in div and then mm, we
I mean, line 44.
okay, yeah. Uh, I'm not even sure what I'm thinking about.
It needs to look very much like line 64.
64. Uh-huh. Just without an ID.
Right, pretty much.
Why was the formatting failing? Not sure. Of course. Oh yeah, of course we cannot format the string.
Shared. Closing that. I don't know where this was. This?
Uh, yeah,
No.
the one
That.
below. That, yeah. Okay.
Is it bool or boolean or? It's not bool. It's hypo. Bool. So that's that test.
Okay.
That's that test. Attribute value. This is snipping of the attribute value. Test ID not snipped. Expression. What do we work with a P here? ID not snipped. Okay, so that means that there's an ID, and it's like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means 10 digits, right?
Yeah.
And bang. We still need to cause this to fail, which would be something like false. Serialize. Expected error message. No. B ID equals. Just grab this. It's empty. Right? But second, wait, let me do something I really want to get better at, which is markers, right? I want to get back here, marks. This is not placing a mark, I think. This is placing a mark. No, that's registers. How do I place a mark? Mark. Is it registers? No. Place a mark. Place a mark. I don't remember. Vim place mark. Special marks. Why did I? Up doesn't work. M letter. Okay. M A. Does that work? M A. Let's imagine
Not
that
seeing
works.
anything. Okay.
And then we go to look for an example up here. And we want invalid second argument. Second. Missing. So we don't want missing second argument. Oh, it is actually an invalid child in that case. Okay. But invalid the child Child. Hmm. It's just invalid node, right? Yeah. Okay, it's invalid node. Okay. Mark. Hey, I like it. Okay. Invalid node. Type. No. Type value false. And this will be here.
Okay, yeah, it's clear now.
And that is not snipped. Otherwise, attribute value is snipped after 10 characters. So I think we can just grab this, go here,
And
place this here.
use style instead of ID, maybe.
Let's do class so that we don't have to
Class, yeah,
be valid CSS.
right.
And I will leave a invalid syntax for you.
Great. Thanks. Worked. And here, this is number 11, the exclamation mark, right?
I just had an idea. I'm making a note for myself to figure out something to help with long headphones or headset cable. Maybe something to like wind it in. You know what I'm saying? Automatically, something
Inside.
like that gently pulls
Oh,
it in or
yeah,
something.
yeah,
I
right.
don't want something
Like,
to pull on my head though. So I'm not sure how that works. So maybe it's like activated with like a button.
hmm
So I could pull and then with a button it kind of winds it back in.
yeah, just like if you had one of those, how do you call that machine you are cleaning the dust with?
Vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner. Yeah, those also have a similar feature
Right.
sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Right. So in here, the exclamation mark is the 11th character, right?
Didn't I make that a class?
Oh yeah.
Didn't I make it a class?
You made this a class.
Oh, okay. I got
Um. Okay. And like we should just show this.
Well, we have a symbol for snipping. It's that
Oh yeah.
scissors.
Um.
I mean, I saw
Let me
10 of these,
take
but
one. Yeah.
yeah, along the way. They're
Oh
everywhere.
yeah. Here they are as well. Okay, sure. And now where were we? Okay, here. Okay. And we should have it here or like
Good
how do you
question.
think?
Good question. Oh, let's do this until we have something not with the space. Do you think
Yeah.
the spaces are appropriate?
No,
Um,
no, no,
I don't
probably
know.
not.
It's hard to tell because they're like if only we could find a a symbol for this that really means that has that meaning, right? That's clearly okay. This has been omitted, like from this point, submitted. Really hard for me to say. Like I have seen what you did with the ellipsis. I've seen before, and like if a user expects that, if a user understands what it means, then it's clear, right?
Hmm. But then this is now a new way of using the snipping, right? We didn't use this before, like like for snipping a long character chain. I'm not sure.
Try an LLM.
Let,
Ask it, give it this example, and ask it whether it thinks there's a better character for this.
all right. um, wait, I'll try to. Which one is? Oh, God damn it! Always. Uh, let me copy this again. Um, should I give it some context or?
Yes, give it those 3 lines.
Yeah. Oh, no, no. Wait a second. Oh, jeez. Okay. Recommends ellipsis.
Is there a character that is unambiguous
with the scissors, you mean, or unambiguous with what
Because
other
ellipsis
character?
might just be the content, the actual content.
Mm-hmm.
Tell it we're looking for something more, something less ambiguous.
Big heroes, uh, or without an I here, ambiguous,
Ambiguous.
ambiguous.
It's a GU.
Yeah. Okay. We can have the ellipsis between these brackets.
I've seen this before.
Mhm.
I've seen the brackets and ellipsis before. I think I like it. It's like, it's quite unambiguous.
So the brackets and the ellipsis.
Yeah, I think that's nicer than the scissors.
Mhm.
But now you can rotate.
Yeah.
Is this this one? Yeah, think so. So here is this. Yeah. Well, this isn't text.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's no need for these brackets here because it's not text.
Oh, right. Mhm. Right.
Tell you what, here's a, well, okay. So I'll just apply this. We can look at it in place. Hmm. All right. Okay, so here's the first one. It's not bad. It's not very visible, but it's also not like obtrusive. I think it's quite unambiguous. It also kind of it also kind of looks similar to this.
Oh yeah, the indexing.
So I like it. I mean, this is fine, right? What is this? It's expected. No one would complain that this is like a bad choice or too much. The other alternative is that, right? That is cleaner, right? Like because it's not text here, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not text, this context. Okay. Where did it go? Because it's not text, this to me feels somewhat cleaner. That's not text. That's not text. This is, however, text. So like that is this is more explicit.
Yeah, and there are few rules actually. If we have text, if we are snipping text, then between the brackets. If not text, then keep just the ellipsis. And for indexing, we have a number between the brackets. So that's pretty much it so far. I think if we go this way.
But you know what? We could use a middle ellipsis because this is not text, right? Here we could use the bottom ellipsis, or we could use the middle ellipsis always. What do you think of that?
The middle ellipsis. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I lost it for a moment. What do you mean by middle ellipsis?
This is what's called a horizontal ellipsis. You can
Okay.
search for that. And then that is what's called a middle ellipsis, midline horizontal
Midline.
ellipsis.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Here I applied it. Kind of ugly. Why is it ugly? It's not rendered the same. Maybe it's only my font. Maybe my font, like this font, doesn't have it or something. Like I'm willing to do to make a sacrifice. If my font, this is really just a my font issue, then we could let's rotate and see what it looks like.
Okay.
Just a moment.
Okay.
I'm back.
Okay. Um,
Oh
for
yeah,
me,
your
it
font is nicer.
doesn't look. Yeah, it's nicer.
And I like it better than the regular ellipsis. Right? It's
Okay,
like
and
because it's less common.
mhm.
Like some people never saw this before, so it's more obvious that this is intentional, right?
Yeah, and like also visually, it's easier to distinguish or to like perceive that. uh, yeah, it's intentional.
All right. I'll buy it.
Okay. Okay. So Steve, after 10 cars, are we done with this test then for a while? You think it's good like this?
I think the
Yeah.
test is good.
Okay.
Hold on just a moment. Hold on just a moment. This test is no good. It's invalid because if there's an error with a child, class attribute would be omitted.
Ah, right.
There are only two cases where the value of an attribute is shown. Can you tell me what those are?
Uh, well, one case is where the uh, parent of the attribute is valid. Like here, the whole expression P is not evaluated, uh, or hold on. Uh, sorry. Yeah. So once again, could you repeat your what you just said? Those two cases when
Finish your sentence.
yeah, I just need to
You okay?
silence this. Yeah, I just need to silence this because they're writing me from work. Uh, yeah. So
I
the
know what you're trying to ask, but I don't
eh,
I don't think this habit is good for communication where you don't finish a sentence. I
yeah,
don't want
yeah,
to cut you
unfortunately,
off.
yeah, yeah. So oh, and
There are only two cases where the value of an attribute will be displayed in an error.
mhm, and then what are those two cases, right? This was
Mm-hmm.
your question. Mm. Well, one case if we have an ID, right?
Yes. The ID attribute value is always shown.
Yeah. Uh, and the second case is that if the if the error if the error doesn't invalidate the Uh, what I was trying to say. Let me think. Today it feels really hard to think for some reason. Problem. So the issue here is that P is unvalid, right? If P would be valid, then and the okay, I don't know the second case. I
The
rather
second
say
case
that.
is where that attribute is invalid.
Oh, right, right. Yeah, actually, we were skipping to show the attribute values before, if I remember correctly, for tests where, actually, I'm not even sure if we had tests like that, but yeah, it makes sense. I do a rotation.
Sharing.
Right.
Shared. Where were we?
Oh,
Snip. Snap, snap, snap. Snap. Test ID snipped after 10 characters. Okay, class. Schmass. This will be okay.
okay, yeah.
We have a test for this, test for that. Let's look at the big test again. What else? So we have snipping, right? So let's not be concerned about like this. I don't know how to mark this. IDs are always displayed. Indexing, how do, okay, indexing, right? Indexing. All right. So what's the attribute omission, close, snipping, indices, test present regardless of snipping. Oh, well, that's one thing, right? But it's not everything. We need more indices, right? Test. Valid nodes. Valid. Don't we have like nodes? Valid nodes. No? Valid nodes snipped. Is that good? Like, I don't know. But this is not about snipping of valid nodes. This is about indices. So indices are actually this is not about snipping. It's about I don't know, indices shown, added, Shown for invalid. Always shown. Here's the present regardless of snipping. I don't know what else like that they are actually sequential properly, that they start at 0.
Well, the fact that they start at 0 is generally true for indexes. Maybe that's not that important, but
I don't know. Let's make a test case. And expr is, oh, how about this? Root. Root node.
oh yeah.
Not for root node. Okay. Root node does not get an index. That's something we can test. So here's a P. And here is, sorry, P. An empty P. That's fine.
Mhm.
Serialize. We need an error though. So let's do a 0 here. Expr expected error message HTML. P break it, and there will be no index. That's the point here. Invalid node type. Number value 0. And well, now we can just make these decisions. Like indices, are they always shown? I think we discussed that, right? They're always shown, regardless of snipping, and that this is a test for that. Okay.
Mhm.
So root, not for the root node. This is the point here, right? This does not have an index. Okay, we wrote another test. Let's do tests for not for root node. Test for fragment. Oh, fragments and children have the same implementation, so I don't think it matters.
Mhm.
But the tests don't know what the implementation is.
Mhm.
So we can do one test for fragment and another test for children. And another test for nested children, or we can just do one test if we don't know in particular what to test, right?
Right.
So let's do some just test case. Maybe instead of case, test arbitrary. Maybe that's right. Some arbitrary. Yeah.
Arbitrary.
Yeah.
Am I writing this correctly? Yeah.
Yes.
Once again, could you repeat the test cases you would like to cover here? I mean, what other tests we should have? Because
Just
it
some
slipped.
content. I think this should be
Mhm.
the root of this should be a fragment, not an element.
Okay, or like just a list, right?
Well, not an empty list.
Yeah. Let's do P0.
And so that's an invalid node. Let's add a valid node like a div.
Okay. We don't. Yeah. Nothing really separates the elements of a fragment of a list, right? Just put it in brackets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Parentheses.
Parentheses. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's have a valid one. Um, do we even need something? Yeah, so the syntax for a valid div would be let me just check example. Yeah, this okay. I mean
Two
this is
lists.
valid, right? Or
No, it's
yeah,
not
just
valid.
just one. Yeah, just one. Yeah, I get confused because in Elm, we always give two lists for a div, one for the attributes and the second one for its
Mm-hmm.
elements, but still get confused a bit or mess it up. So yeah, this is a valid div, then, right?
Yes. So we will get a we will get the index of each of these, the invalid one and the valid one. Now let's do something inside that div.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, we won't get the index. Well, we will get the index of the valid one only because it contains invalid things, right? Like if it's just a
Yeah.
valid one, it'll be snipped out.
Mm-hmm. Then we should put another E0 in here.
Yes, then we will get the index of the valid div and the invalid nested p as well.
Okay. Okay. And then thread spec error stitch. Oh, what am I doing here? And this is starts kind of like this. So this is 0. Then div we have a div coming, or wait, how are we showing this? If we have a frag, okay, let's rotate instead.
Sharing. Shared. Okay. This one. Mm-hmm. Well, take this, indent it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we have indices. It's an arbitrary, right?
Yeah. Test is done.
Okay. Let's see what more do we have in this big test. Unknown attributes, snipping of wonder what this is. Okay. So what snipping, we need a test for this kind of snipping. Well, all where it's not empty, but everything inside of it is valid, right?
Okay.
Valid fragment nodes are snipped, right? But
Yeah.
this is not enough, right? There's this. They are snipped. But what about what maybe this has something invalid and it's snipped? It'll be snipped differently, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Test valid fragment nodes are snipped. Test valid child nodes are snipped. This one. And we know we want, so test valid. So fragment and child nodes are pretty much the same. And we want another one for test all child, all, right? Test all. And this cannot happen with fragments, because if all fragment nodes are snipped, are valid, then there's no error. Also, what are these names? This is test empty fragment not snipped, and test valid fragment nodes are snipped. Yeah, I guess the names are fine. Expr all child nodes. This means there is a, let's say, a P, and it has A and B, and they're valid, and serialized, and expected error message. So this will be P, and here we have a snip. So midline line ellipsis. Yeah. But something needs to be invalid about this P, right? So let's do a nope. And nope is that. And we do this unknown. Test all child nodes. Snip. Okay. We like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty good.
Big. Here's the big test. So we're all the way here. I don't see anything useful here. Well, what about like in the contents of empty? Like how is empty rendered? Like the fact that we don't accidentally snip empty. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So test old channel test empty child nodes not snipped. I don't know. And I also think that all of these need to go within like category of children, because this is all right attribute, and this is fragments. Snipping fragments, and snipping attributes. Okay. Oh, and
Yeah,
I will leave you a invalid syntax here.
Yeah, don't, unfortunately, in like 2 minutes, I have to rush for work.
Yeah.
C'est petit.
Awesome work. Thank you very much. If you enjoyed
Yeah,
it,
good work.
send me a
Thank you as well.
message. Join us. Thank you, Huno. Be well.
Thank you. Be well. See ya.
Bye-bye.